Jumoke will change our story, Mrs. Adeleke will say to herself, standing in front of the mirror. You are welcome to Informal African Tales. Yes, you are welcome. Let's dive into this interesting educative story. In a quiet town, a quiet, lovely town, Ijebu-Ode, lived the family of Adeleke. Mr. Adeleke was a lovely man, a primary school teacher whose salary barely stretches to feed his family. Mrs. Adeleke was a tireless woman known on the market for her bright smile and her small store where she sold vegetables and pepper. Together, they raised 6 children, and at the center of their dreams stood their first daughter, Jumoke. Jumoke was beautiful, short, with a smooth dark skin, and she has a very big backside. Yes, she has a backside. Teachers praise her, neighbors admire her shape, and her parents believe she was their breakthrough. Jumoke will change our story, Mrs. Adeleke will often say as she wrapped garri in small portions for sale. Every sacrifice they made was tied to that belief. When school fees were due, Mr. Adeleke borrowed money. When textbooks were needed, Mrs. Adeleke would work late into the night. Sometimes the younger children went without new clothes so Jumoke would have what she needed. And Jumoke understood. Or at least, she used to. The day Jumoke gained admission into the University of Lagos State was one of the celebration. Neighbors gathered, prayers were said deep down their hearts. Tears of joy were shed. Lagos, the city of opportunities, of lights, of dreams. Remember who you are, her father told her on the day she left. We didn't bring you this far for you to lose your way. I won't disappoint you, Daddy, she replied, hugging him tightly. Her mother pressed a small Bible into her hands. This will guide you when we are not there. As the bus pulled away, Jumoke waved until her family became tiny figures in the distance. Her heart was filled with excitement, fear, and determination. But Lagos had a way of reshaping people. University life was nothing like Jumoke had imagined. The campus was vibrant, loud, and alive. Girls wore confidently in expensive outfits, their hair perfectly styled, their phones shining like a mirror of status. Boys drove sleek cars, sprayed money at parties, and lived life that seems untouched by struggle. At first, Jumoke tried to stay focused. She attended lectures, sat in front row, and read her books at night. But slowly, something began to shift. She noticed the difference between her worn-out sandals and designer heels others wore. She noticed how some girls never seemed to worry about food or fees. She noticed how easily money flowed around them, like a river she could not access. And then came the question, why not me? Bisola entered Jumoke's life like a storm wrapped in perfume. She was everything Jumoke was not: bold, glamorous, fearless. Her laughter was loud, her confidence unshakable, and her presence impossible to ignore. She wore expensive wigs, carried luxury handbags, and always had money. One afternoon, as Jumoke sat alone after a lecture, Bisola approached her. You are too fine, babe. Why are you suffering like this? Bisola said, sitting beside her. Jumoke smiled shyly. I am okay. Bisola shook her head. No, you are not. Look at you, full package. You have everything. Oya, see breasts, well standing. Babe, see shape. Please, are you letting it waste? Jumoke remained silent. Join us, Bisola continued softly. Enjoy life. Lagos is not for the weak. Those words lingered long after Bisola left. Days and days turned into restless nights. Jumoke began to think deeply. Her parents were struggling. Her siblings needed help. She was tired of feeling less than others. Maybe just once, she whispered to herself. After a lecture one day, she found Bisola. I am interested, she said quietly. Bisola smiled, a knowing, victorious smile. Welcome, babe. Jumoke's transformation was very expensive. New clothes replaced her old ones. Expensive hair framed her face. Her confidence grew, but so did her distance from who she was. But so did her distance from who she once was. She stopped attending lecture regularly. Nights became her new days. Parties, clubs, and gatherings filled her schedules. Lagos babes, don't carry what they don't have for nothing, Bisola would say, laughing. Jumoke laughed too, but sometimes, late at night, when she was alone, she felt a strange emptiness. Still, she pushed it aside. Money was coming in, life was easier. She told herself it was worth it. One evening, Bisola burst into the room with excitement. "We are going out tonight!" Big men, politicians, dressed well. Jumoke hesitated, something felt off, but she ignored it. That night, she dressed like never before. Her reflection in the mirror looked unfamiliar, beautiful but distant. The club was dazzling. Light flashed, music rolled, and wealth flowed freely. That was where she met him. The powerful man, older, composed, and commanding. He spoke softly, but his presence was heavy. He chose her. And Jumoke, chasing the life she thought she wanted, went with him. The next morning, the hotel room was quiet. Too quiet. Jumoke lay motionless. Her lifeless body was on the floor. The man was gone. There was no sign of struggle. No answer. Only a lifeless body and a silence that spoke louder than screams. The call came earlier. Mr. Adeleke's hands trembled as he held the phone. Mrs. Adeleke watched his face change from confusion to disbelief. "What happened?" she asked, her voice shaking. He couldn't answer. When they arrived at the campus, reality struck like lightning. Mrs. Adeleke collapsed at the sight. No, it cannot be my Jumoke," she said. "She is a good girl. I brought her up in a God-fearing manner. What happened to my daughter?" The truth came slowly, painfully. Her life, her choices, the path she had taken. Each word felt like a knife. The journey back home was silent. No words could fill the emptiness. Neighbors gathered again, but this time there was no celebration. Only whispers, pity, and sorrow. Mr. Adeleke aged in days. Mrs. Adeleke laughter disappeared forever. The younger children watched, confused and afraid. All the sacrifice, all the dreams, gone forever. Ifeoma, learn from your elder sister's mistake. Jumoke's story became a warning to her younger ones. Not of judgment, but of reality. Of how quick dreams can be lost when values are forgotten. Of how temptation often comes dressed as opportunity. Of how the price of glitter can sometimes be far greater than imagination. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe for more interesting stories. Turn on the notification button to get notified when I post another story. Bye. Bye-bye.